Okay, so as long as a person has a functioning mind, they realize that there are differences in this world. The sun is not the moon, a boy is not a girl, a tree is not grass, everything is different. Now, you can categorize things in general categories. You can call the sun and the moon part of the celestial orbs. You can call boy and girl part of humanity. You can call tree and grass part of vegetation. But you can't call a tree grass, you can't call a boy a girl, and you can't call the sun a moon. And if you do, either you are insane, literally you don't know how to distinguish between two different things, or you have been brainwashed by somebody who is insane. But the more important thing to realize is that why are there so many differences? One of the reasons people don't like differences is people like unity. And they think that if they can get rid of the differences, they'll have unity. But that is not correct. Unity necessitates differences. You cannot have a oneness without differences. I heard from Rabbi Yossi Jacobson that it says in the Kabbalah that Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, the most important Jewish prayer, which represents that the many parts and many things that God made are all part of God. So why would the one make many? The answer is because there's something better when things unite than even being the best bachelor in the world is no comparison than having a great relationship. No relationship is perfect, but any relationship which is decent is better than being the best in anything, because the best in anything, you're just lonely. And so once we can appreciate this idea, we can overcome pretty much most of the foolishness that's going around, and if you want to call it woke philosophy. And the way it works is like this. We all have something to contribute to the whole. We all have many, many things to contribute, but we all have something primary. So the Arizal, in the holy city of Tzfah, says that there are basically two primary categories of Jewish souls, masters of Torah and masters of good deeds. So for example, myself, obviously I need to help people. But at the same time, the fact that my father is a rabbi, my grandfather is a rabbi, I was sent to school to study rabbinics at a young age, probably means that I'm here to teach Torah. That's my primary role, which, whether I like it or not, that's kind of how God organized my life. That's where my income comes from, teaching Torah. And I personally love it. On the other hand, there are other people that's just not their forte, but they're great at doing business, at helping people. In fact, they're better than me. I see it very clearly. People in the, if you want to call it the world, are much better in the way they contribute. They're more sensitive. They do it better than me. So every soul has its mission. Now, whether I like it or not, there's no way I'll ever give birth to a child. But a woman can do that, and that is her primary mission. With that, we have a world. So the primary mission of each and every person goes through three categories. The first category is that we're all, everyone and everything is created by the same God, and we're here to do his will. And part of his will is to understand your primary mission. And obviously there are 613 commandments for Jews, 7 for all people, and they basically boil down to goodness and kindness. And goodness and kindness is a collective umbrella in which we have to be living all the time, goodness and kindness. At the same time, each one of us has been given something kind of unique. Generally speaking, yes, women, what makes them the greatest accomplishment a woman can do, doesn't mean she can't do anything else, but nothing can be greater than giving life. And if women don't give life, there will be no life, there will be no world. But conversely, within men, you'll often find that there's something. This person has, let's say, a desire to be a doctor, this person to be a philanthropist, etc., etc. So once we understand this, we understand our primary role, the general thing that we all have in common, Torah, mitzvahs, the fact that we're here to serve Hashem. And last but not least, as we mentioned, each and every person is gifted in this world with something special, something unique, and it's only when all of us give our gift to the world that the world is truly a gifted place.